Hello everyone, my name is Karen and I am the Associate Counselor here at Plexus. Welcome to the Taking SAT Subject Test workshop. In this workshop, I will go ahead and guide you through the definition of an SAT subject test and what you can do in order to prepare for it. And with that said, let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with a definition of SAT subject test. SAT subject tests are college admission exams on specific subjects. So as you may recall, an SAT is an admission exam required by most universities. SAT subject tests are optional and it is specifically for the subject that you choose in order to best showcase your strengths and interests on that specific subject. Here is a list of all of the subjects for the SAT subject test. We have an exam on English literature, mathematics, math level 1 and math level 2. Math level 2 would be in more advanced. We have science, biology, chemistry, and physics, history, like US history and world history, and of course, language exams on a variety of different languages. How does it work? So each test is an hour long, as opposed to the SAT test. An SAT test would be roughly about 3 hours long. SAT subject tests are only an hour long. They are multiple choice. They are given 6 times in the school year in the same test dates and centers as the SAT tests. Students cannot take the SAT and an SAT subject test on the same day. That is, if students want to take an SAT subject test, they must schedule it for another day, not the same day they will be taking the SAT. Students can take up to 3 subject tests on the same test date. So that is, when you are registering for the SAT subject test, you can register for up to 3 tests. And the subject tests are scored on a 200 to 800 scale. How should you prepare for an SAT subject test? The most common thing students do is take relevant and advanced courses in the SAT subject test they would like to take. That is, maybe students are already enrolled in an AP course and they already have an advanced knowledge enough to be taking the SAT subject test, and they feel confident that they'll be able to get a good score on it. Work hard in learning the material. That is, study and review your notes all the time related to the course you are taking. Use textbooks from relevant courses. Maybe you can ask one of your teachers to lend you one of their textbooks from the relevant course you are taking related to the subject test, or maybe you can even purchase one online so you can be able to study in a great manner. Get familiar with the topics and the format of the test. You can go ahead and explore maybe what is on the test on the SAT website. Invest in a study book. As I mentioned before, it is a great idea to purchase a study book online. If studying through a book is not something for you, then I also recommend you use online study materials. And just as an example, you can use study materials from the College Board, which is the SAT website, from Khan Academy or Kaplan Test Prep. Why should you take SAT subject test? First, some colleges may require specific subject tests depending on your major. For example, let's say you want to major in engineering, and engineering of course requires a lot of math. Maybe some colleges will require you to take one of the math level SAT subject tests in order to prove that you are a good candidate and that you can excel in math courses. It makes you stand out in college applications. That is, maybe the college doesn't require you to take SAT subject tests and your major doesn't require you to take them either, but it's still a good idea to make you stand out in college applications. It highlights your strengths. As I mentioned before, colleges may want to see that you can excel in a specific course, especially if it's related to your major. And of course, it also shows you and shows the colleges what you've learned outside of the classroom. Alright, we have reached the end of this workshop. Thank you for joining us today. Before I leave, I would like to let you all know to please download our Plexus app. You can download our app on the App Store or Google Play. If you download it, you'll be able to receive instant notifications from my counselor. We'd also very much appreciate if you rate it and review our app also on the App Store or Google Play. We very much appreciate any feedback you all can give us. Also, chat with my counselor if you have any questions regarding this video, or if you would like to reach out about your journey to higher education. We're always happy to help in answering all of those questions as well. And of course, you can check out all of our other college readiness workshops on our Plexus YouTube page called Plexus Social Media. I will see you all in the next workshop. Bye, everyone.